Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my anime journal. Today's this will be probably the second to last episode of the season, which is good. We're properly catching up. It's already February, um, but yeah, we're starting this out with Idolmaster Million Live. Also, one quick little note I want to add back to this one, the what was it, 100 Girlfriends. Before I even started, like I had like people had to like push me to even watch this thing. Um, Before I started, someone said it's like, oh, you're gonna become one of his girlfriends. It's like, oh, you think that it sounds like such a toxic relationship to be in, like, so many girlfriends with one guy, but you'd like meet him and he'd just like instantly riz you up and he'd become one of his girlfriends. Um, which I definitely did not see happening. But it would be ridiculous, especially since I'm like way older than him and a man, to just have me as one of his girlfriends. But yeah, we're starting out with I don't know, Astro Million Live, which I had been like looking forward to for a while, just because it's like I'm into the Idolmaster franchise, and I knew about Million Live. I also know about, like, say, what was it? Shiny Colors is gonna have an anime at some point as well. Um, but yeah, this is Million Live. It is CG. Also, what's funny is, so they're like mixing up, like they do often mix up the studios for this, but like, say, um, Idolmaster's gone through a lot of studios. The first one was done by Sunrise, and we had Actus, and we had A1. A1 did the original, and they also did Cinderella Girls. Um, but the Youth 149 version of Cinderella Girls was done by Cygames, and and then Million Live is done by Shirogumi, but then when Shiny Colors comes out, it's actually done by Polygon Pictures. That's all I know about Polygon, is that they made what was it? They made Pingu. Oh, they made other stuff. They made Ajin. Yeah, I mostly just know them as, oh, there was did Pingu. Uh, the only producer on Shoei Bach, the I don't know, the other one. Yeah, that's funny that Polygon is doing Shiny Colors, cause like, I don't know. I hope the Shiny Colors one will look better, but it's like the Million Live one. So it's CGI, but it also has like this kind of funny look to it, like the actual way that the character designs are. I'm not a huge fan of. Um, I don't know exactly what about it. I guess it just feels a little. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to describe it. Just like, it kind of feels off. Doesn't really feel like Idolmaster. Also, Idolmaster is one of those. Is like one of the rare, um, like another rare idol anime that actually has dance scenes that are 2D animated. Like, usually it's like, oh, you 2D animate everything. Well, except for the dance scenes. You don't need to worry about like actually 2D animating the dance scenes. That just takes too long. Like you have like a weekly schedule. You can't do dance scenes in 2D. But Idolmaster was like, no, we can do it. We can handle this. Hell, we'll even have a brand new ending song every single episode, just to flex on everyone else. Um, but yeah, then we have Million Live that's CG the entire way. Which is also funny because CG animators make more than 2D animators, but it's usually because they can save a lot of time. So it might be that for like per cut, they might still be making around the same amount. They can just do it faster, so they get more money for it. But um, yeah, like the and also like so. What's also funny about Million Live is that it doesn't just take place like in so what was it 765 productions? Is that not the same one? It is. Yeah, it's actually the same production studio that arranges the girls. Um, I think Million Life takes place in the future of the original Idolmaster, and so this is like a new crew. Cause like the other girls, like the original cast from like the 2011 series, they're in this one, but as like senpais. Like I think they show up for like an episode or two and kind of mentor the newer girls. Um, so yeah, it's like I think that's kind of the dynamic here is that this is like past when that took place. Um, and yeah, like in terms of like the girls, so the girls are cute. Obviously it's an Idolaster. um, but they're just not that interesting. Um, like I can't remember any of the girls that I thought, oh wow, that was a really well written character. They had a really interesting personality, but also like it's not really much of a showcase anime. It's more of just kind of an ensemble anime. Like say so like U149 kind of did the route of just having everything like have like one episode per character just and like the original one did that as well. It's like here's this girl's episode, here's this other girl's episode, we get to know them all. It's kind of like it's nice because it's like we get to know who the characters are and there isn't much time for anything else, but like at least you know who the characters are. But this one is just kind of you just throw them all in there and maybe you'll understand a couple of them. Probably not, but maybe. um, and they're all just kind of boring. Like I wouldn't like none of them are close to favorite characters. Like I would have a hard time picking out a favorite character from Million Live just because they all feel kind of bland. Um, None of them are really have any real discerning character to them. Um, Even like say like Mirai is supposed to be our protagonist. I think she's the protagonist. Like she's the one who's introduced first as this kind of like you know point of view character. We get to see her house. I don't think we got to see the houses of the other girls, but she's just boring. Like she's just not that interesting of a girl. Um, and the other girls we get to know even less about. I actually can't even remember what Mirai was like. She's just kind of generic, like aspiring idol sort of personality. It's just I don't know. It's just all bland. It's it, uh, it's not very interesting. Yeah, and the fact that the animation isn't great definitely doesn't help in the fact that it's extremely boring. Um, but yeah, and let's see what else. Um, yeah, that's it, really. Oh yeah, there's some Million Live anime in the past because Million Live actually is a game, and it's been out for a while, I think. Because the Idolmaster Million Live, um, yeah, the first game was 2013, so that's like more than 10 years ago. Um, introduces 37 idols. Holy balls, that's so many girls.
like you can't have that many girls in the 12 episode series and expect any of them to be interesting. Um, yeah. Would I recommend it? Not really. If you're trying to just completionist Idolmaster, and then whatever, go ahead. But yeah, it's just not great. After that, I watched Paradox Live, the animation, which was at least unique. Um, this one I actually kind of wish they focused on more characters, honestly. Also, what's funny is that on this one, on my anime list, the only reason I even watched this is like on my anime list, they gave a badge for it. Of like, you just need to fill out some questionnaire of like, oh, which band would you be? What's your Paradox Live theme song? Take this personality quiz and then share it, and then you get this badge that looks like vaguely like a record disc, um, but it's also has like this weird tail, like it's a curled up pose or something. No, I think that's just like it has like it's on a turntable. But um, yeah, so they had that as an achievement. So I was like, well, I've already gotten the badge for it. Maybe it's just my duty to actually watch the thing. Also, it's from Pine Jam, which is just an interesting studio. They made Do It Yourself. They made gamers. Started out with like I don't want to be a magical girl. But yeah, Paradox Live, and apparently like from the quiz, it's like there's all these really um, interesting bands that kind of it's like a kind of battle of the bands sort of anime, and here's all these like five different bands. They even had reggaeton as one of the options in the quiz. And none of these bands are reggaeton. It's kind of all rap. I think it's like I think it might be different like styles of rap, but it's like most of these bands are rap, and the one that the series focuses on are rappers. Um, it's like a rap group of like five people or something like that. Mostly guys, one girl, um, and it's um, and it would be fascinating to actually, actually imagine if there actually just was an anime about reggaeton, like just just as an idea, or like say like an idol anime where you have like a reggaeton group who's like trying to be like the best reggaeton group, and you have these other reggaeton groups. That would be fascinating. Why don't we have that? Why wasn't that our anime? Um, but yeah, it's about this and they also I kind of like the inmate. What is it? Oh yeah, Bay is these four main groups, their respective genres. Um, yeah, Bay is the main group that we follow. Um, yeah, if you look at what was it? I think it was one mate. For like inmate. So it's like one NM8. But they're like a prison themed band. I don't think they've actually been to prison. I think it's just that they think prison seems like a cool setting. Um, and there's like I guess three of them, and they make good music. Like I listened to some of their songs, and it's like yeah, I can get into this. It's good music. It's kind of a cool theme to have like a pretty boy band, but they're like inmates. I don't know. It seems kind of like a neat idea. Did we see much of them in the anime? I don't even remember them showing up. I'm sure they did. They were but they're like a background band. It's not like they're not the focus. Um, but yeah, because like there are a lot of bands to keep track of, and there is one that the series focuses on. So it's like yeah, they don't really get much screen time for the ones other than Bay.
Um, and B, I guess is good enough. Like, they weren't my favorite band, and music wise, but like, that's an interesting enough band. Like, they make good enough music. It's kind of neat to have like the girl in there as well, and she's not like she's kind of like the outlier as being the only female, but she's um she's kind of just part of the group, and she raps just like the others do, and I don't know, I like her style. And but yeah, overall, it's I've also don't really watch much pretty boy anime. Like in terms of like Mal doesn't list this as a male idol anime, but it definitely feels like a male idol anime. Like, although because they're rappers, it's not really idol. It just feels like it. Like it kind of plays out like a male idol anime. Um, but yeah. I, f- I feel like the people I would recommend this to would be people who are into male idol anime. Like if you just like cute girls singing and dancing, this has cute boys singing and a bit of dancing. Oh, actually a decent amount of dancing. So like if you like that, then you know it has a rap theme to it. That's it's kind of unique. But yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and it seems like not many people were. Like even with Mal pushing it, it only has 30,000 members, and it also has a score less than 7. So very logically has not even 400 favorites, which is really not that many. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it. After that, I watched Santa Company Minatsu no Merry Christmas. Um, and this was this the one 2021? I think this is the one that Mal actually aired on the site. But it's strange. So it's a short film. It's 26 minutes. And uh, I guess if it's a movie and not an ONA, it means it must have actually aired in theaters at some point as well. Um, but it's really strange about this one. It's called Santa Company, and it is related to the Santa Company series. But it's not really about Santa. It's about pollution. Yeah, specifically ocean pollution. Um, the characters are like warned about like the catastrophes of ocean pollution, and then they get this magical tool that can just suck up ocean pollution, like this kind of vacuum that's also its hardest, like it doesn't get full. um, and yeah, does it do a good job at addressing the problem? Not really. Like, it kind of just says, it's a problem. Wouldn't it be great if we had this magic solution? And then it's like, yeah, it would be. But we don't. So, great. I don't know what you want me to do with this information. I was already aware that this is a problem and that I have no real way of solving it because it's all the big companies who are at fault for it. Um, so, like, yeah, I can acknowledge it, but I've already done that. And it's like changing my habits isn't going to change anything. Like, if I throw recycling in the recycling bin, it still might end up in the ocean. There's no way of me fixing that. That's that's just that's just life. That's capitalism. That's not something that's on me. I can't do anything about this. Um, uh, yeah, and also like when you look at ocean pollution, it's like 60% fishing nets and fish gear and stuff like that. Like, it's not like it's just pop bottles that are sent out to sea. Like, a huge portion of that is just we're in the ocean. We have sometimes it's just total accident, or it might be well, we need more space to hold more fish. We're out on the sea for months at a time. How do we like? We need to clear out this room. So we can store more fish there. How do we get rid of this? Well, there's an ocean. Look at how much garbage it can absorb. We'll just put it there. Problem solved. Like, it, and like I can't do anything about that. I can't convince fishers to stop throwing stuff in the ocean. It's just not gonna do anything. Um, so, like that's I don't know. It just feels like not my problem. And it's not like this anime is gonna be like shown to fishermen to be like, hey guys, stop letting your fishing nets get get flushed out to sea, and they're probably gonna be like, why are you making me watch this garbage anime? I don't care. Um, it just feels ineffective. Like it has its purpose is kind of misguided. Like it just doesn't really seem useful. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I wouldn't recommend watching it. It also feels very disconnected from the original Santa Company, which I guess like company. Well, the thing is, companies um, do have a responsibility for that. So the Santa Company, it's like, oh yeah, they should take responsibility for the trash, but it's not their trash specifically. Like this Santa Company isn't the one who's creating all the trash. It's not like Santa is like, you know, wrapping his stuff up in plastic and all of it ends up in the ocean. It's not. Well, I don't think so. Although like Santa, the actual the consumerism of Christmas probably does lead to a decent amount of pollution, but that's not what was being addressed here. It's not like, oh, buy less stuff because buying stuff results in trash. It was I don't know, cleaning up is good, I think, which isn't really the solution. Um, and also telling people not to buy Christmas gifts isn't something people want to hear. Like, sure, consumerism is bad, but at the same time, people like it. And being told by a preachy anime that you shouldn't buy Christmas gifts because of how much pollution it creates, like, people just don't want to hear that. And it wouldn't really change anything. People would just get mad at the anime. So, I don't know. After that, I watched or finished 16-bit sensation another layer. Uh this one is actually a decently interesting anime. Let me just drink a bit of water here. It's definitely a fair bit to talk about. So, um one funny thing is the actual way this was adapted. Um our protagonist here, Konoha, is an anime original character. She does not exist in the manga. Who's the main character of the manga? This girl, Miko Uehara. She's the original protagonist, who's kind of like a side character in the anime. Um, she's also a cutie. She has like this cute, like very light brown hair, and I don't know. She's adorable. But yeah, Konoha also have an interesting style. She has like this kind of two-tone hair where like most of it is dark blue, but then like the back part is light blue, which is very cute. It's also fairly short. And also she wears like this big puffy jacket and then this tiny skirt, which just looks kind of funny because it's like your chest is like very hot, and then your legs are like totally bare. And it's like this isn't really good for the summer. It's garbage for the winter. I don't know what you're doing here, but yeah. Yeah, but like in terms, also she has a fang, which is and she is an adult. Like I think she's like 18, which is also fairly young, which really plays into the story a lot. The fact that she is this very young adult. Um, I think what was it? She said something about that ReZero was like this big part of her childhood, and it's like, oh, it yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like ReZero, it came out like 2016, or like the anime did, and she did watch the anime. But if like I don't know, it felt like for me, like when I watched ReZero, it's like, oh, this is like this recent anime, and time goes on a bit, and it's like, oh yeah, that was actually a while ago. Like an adult could have had that as part of their childhood. That just feels weird. um, but because this takes place in, well, like her main world is 2023. Although in the manga, I guess it would have been earlier. But she gets sent back in time to the 90s because she's super nostalgic for the 90s. Like she loves like these old visual novels, and like visual novels are like her main thing, especially eroges. Like she loves like galgays and just like yeah, that kind of stuff. Bunch of sexy girls that she gets to do things with. But yeah, that's who she is. Also, she has like a, it's referred to as like a high pitched but raspy voice. I guess similar to Yume's from I Cut Stars. Um, and it almost sounds kind of whiny at a point. Like I know some people don't really like her voice, but it is kind of cute. But yeah. Yeah, so her personality is interesting. Also, she goes to just like a random like store. It's like, oh, we're just selling all these old VNs, and it's like, wow, all these old VNs. This is great. This is like my time. Also, she actually works for a game company, but the game company makes games that she doesn't like. We're like, man, screw this. I don't want to make games that I wouldn't enjoy playing. I want to make eroges, and it's like, yeah, those don't actually sell anymore. um, and so she goes back to a time when that was what was the main thing that was being sold, and then she starts working for the same company, um, but the her supervisor there uh, actually hates VNs, and it's like, man, I wish I was, it's like, man, like I can't believe all these like, modern kids are playing these VNs. I wish we could go back to the good old days when, making games like Megatron or whatever. like it's just kind of this continuous scale where it's like at a certain point it's like, man, I wish we could go back to the good old days when we were making Pong. Like Pong was like the pinnacle of video games. Why can't we go back to that? Actually, also something funny. Like, what was it recently? Someone beat Tetris for the very first time. It's like super old game, but it's like it just got beat now. Like, it's kind of crazy that these like old games still have like, these big followings. But yeah, it's fun, and like there's this kind of constant back and forth. It's not just like a one time travel anime. It's like she gets sent back, and then she gets sent back to a slightly different time, and then goes back to 2023, and then it kind of goes back and forth, and then weird stuff happens. And I don't know. It's fun. And it's so unpredictable as well, just because it's like all timey wimey and stuff, and it's like you never really know what's gonna happen next, and I don't know, it's crazy. And yeah, I like it. Also, the manga doesn't have time travel in it, which is also funny. Um, oh yeah, the manga has no time travel. It is just strictly set in the 90s. Like all the characters, well, cause say like what was it? This girl, Mako, like she's in the 90s. That's where her time is, and it focuses on her in the original manga, and so it's like yeah, it doesn't nothing to do with 2023. Um, um Although also when you consider how young Konoha is, when when the actual manga started coming out, the manga started in 2016. So if like yeah, if Konoha is like 18 in 2023, then